Hi all, this is Laura from Tinkermeeple and welcome back to another playthrough. Today I will be playing Alice's Garden, which is designed by S1E4 and published by Lifestyle Board Games. It's a tile placement game that can be played by 1 to 4 players. I'll today play the solo variant via Tabletopia, an online platform on which you will find hundreds of board games to play. I did already the initial setup, so I'm ready to start into the game. As with many tile placement games, the rules of this game are pretty simple, but the gameplay itself is quite thinky. In this game, the goal is to build the garden the way the queen wants it. And she is quite certain on what her wishes are, and she's very specific of what she wants and how she's going to score the different elements of the garden that we are about to place. So let's look at the scoring closer. So there are different types of elements that will be placed here. We will have mushrooms, we have these chess pieces, we have the trees, the roses of course, which the queen loves, and we have these gardeners. So we want to place these in a specific way to gain the most points out of it. For example, we want at least 2 or more mushrooms in a column. That column will then give us 8 points. We want the chess pieces to be situated on these chessboard tiles. We want trees in the garden, but we don't want them to be close. So trees are to be placed in rows, but far away from each other. So the farther they are away from each other, the more points you will get for them. If we manage to place gardeners right next to each other adjacent, we'll get these special 1-tile bonus tiles, which are quite helpful to fill up any holes we might have left in the game. And then last but not least, the roses, the queen's favorites. They are supposed to be built adjacent to each other in big lumps. So if you have 1 rose, it's 1 point, 2 adjacent to each other is already 4, and up to 5, for which you will then get 25 points. For more than 5 roses, you'll still get 25, so then it makes more sense to start building a rose field somewhere else. Now on to the tiles. We have this different sets of tiles available. These are the tile forms that you will find in here. And in the solo game, I'll choose one of these, take 2 tiles out, choose one and place it on the board, and do this with all 5 types, and then do it again until I cannot place any more tiles on the board, and then I will just score it, and that's basically the game. Let's start. I'll just go with these 2 tiles. These tile form first, why not? I'll put it over here so that I know that I've used this specific form already as it is described in the rulebook. And then let's go closer and take a look at our tiles. So here we have a tree, a gardener, and 2 roses already, which are already 4 points. And here we have 2 chess tiles, a mushroom, and also a gardener. So if I were to place this here, or maybe like this, we can flip around and turn the tiles however we want to. I could place these 2 chess pieces on the chessboard tiles, which are 10 points worth, but then this mushroom is blocking one of the spaces, which is not optimal. So I think I'll actually go with this first. I'll place it like so. And now I already have the first 2 roses besides each other. I have a tree at the very end of a row, so hopefully I will place one over here as well, which then gives me lots of points. And I will try to make this rose field bigger, as well as maybe put a gardener here next to this one to get one of these small 1-tile bonus tiles. Alright, I'll not use this one. This is out of the game for me. And I'll choose the next tile form. Let's go with this and check them out closer. So a rose, tree, mushroom, and gardener. Gardener, mushroom, rose, and mushroom. Actually, this one looks quite nice to me. I could put it over here, putting gardener besides gardener, expanding the rose field as well as putting my first mushrooms on the board. So I'll have to make sure to get one mushroom squeezed in here as well as one in this column. I think I'll let it stay like this. I like the placement. So this bag goes over here, the tile is out, and I will now get my special 1-point tile, which is a rose. These 1-point tiles are not being placed in the game, but at the end of the game, once I cannot place anything else, then all the 1 tiles I received during the game, I can place however I want in the blank spaces. Alright, then let's go on with this tile form. What do we have here? We have 2 trees, a gardener and a mushroom, as well as a mushroom, a rose, a chess piece and a gardener. I think I'd rather go with this, turning it around that way, because this way I'll actually have the second mushroom in this column as I wished for, as well as placing these 2 trees pretty much at the end of a row, so letting myself being open to lots of points for trees if I manage to put them here. Okay, and now let's continue with this, the T form. And look at what we have. So we have roses and mushrooms, and here we have a gardener, mushrooms and a rose. Well, I need 1 more mushroom in this row, and I would love to expand this field of roses even further. But this does not help me. Turning it around doesn't work either. Maybe this tile would be better. I think I'll actually go with this tile. Placing it like this, starting a second rose field over here. I already have 2 mushrooms in this column worth 8 points, and I have another gardener. Alright, and now last but not least, this long tile. Ooh, and I like what came up there actually. So I have 2 trees, rose and gardener, and I have 2 chess pieces, a gardener and a tree. So I could place the card like this, for example, giving me 1 additional piece, and these 2 trees are quite far away from each other, giving me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points at the end of the game if I don't place any trees in between them. But on the other hand, I could also place it like this, for example. Then I have my first chess pieces on the chessboard tiles, and still the tree would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points worth. So do I want to start with the chess pieces or not? I think I want to. I think I'll start like this with my very first chess pieces. I need to get them down on the board. Otherwise I will be in trouble later in the game. Alright, and with this, the first round basically is over. I've used all 5 different tile forms, and now I need to do everything again in round 2, use all 5 different forms and place them on the board. And I think I will start with this form. Oh, and I see right from the get-go something I like. Actually, this isn't too bad. I could place this over here. I know I will be placing mushrooms on the chessboard tiles, but I don't think I'll be able to fill it up with chess pieces anyways. And this way I have 1 more chess piece here, and I have the gardeners linked, giving me 1 more special tile, which is a tree. Okay, And then let's go on with this next. Oh, okay. Let's take a closer look. There come my next chess pieces. So do I want the chess pieces or would I rather take the roses and grow my field and expand my field of roses? I think I'll actually go with the chess pieces and place them here. All right, let's see this long one, what we are going to be able to place over there. And I really like what came up over here. It's not perfect because I won't be able to place mushrooms here, but I have 2 chest tiles here and the gardener would match here. I mean, if I didn't like what had come up, I could also place it here or like this. But actually, I am quite happy with it, so let's place it like this. So I have 2 chess pieces on the board and I get one tile, bonus tile for connecting the 2 gardeners. Let's see, and it is a mushroom. All right, that's actually not too bad. Okay, let's see. We'll go on with this tile. Roses. And some trees. I could place the roses here to expand the rose field. But I'm not too happy about that placement, because then I'll have 2 holes here. I could take this tile here and place it like this. Then these trees are pretty far from each other. I mean, this is not optimal either, but I think it's better than that tile, so keep it that way. And here comes the T. Oh no, with wonderful chess tiles which I won't be able to place on the chessboard, so this is basically useless. So let's take a closer look at this tile. I want to expand the roses, which I'll only be able to do... I mean, I could place it like this, but then the game would be over and I wouldn't be able to place anything anymore, except for these 3 tiles. Is it worth it? Or should I rather go with this? Later, I could connect the roses, the rose field here, and then I have 1 more place where I can put a tile. So I think I'll go with this. Okay. With this, I've used all 5 types again. So my last turn, which will be this tile, are these 2. What would be the best thing I could make out of it? I think I'll use the chess and rose piece. I can flip it around and place it in this direction, having another chess piece on the chessboard and having another rose. And with this, the game is nearly over. I cannot place any more of these tiles. Only the 1 tiles are left to place. But where? So I'll definitely put the rose over here, making it a 5 rose field, which is worth 25 points. So that worked out well towards the end. I have this tree, which I'll put here to at least get the 4 points for these 2 trees. And I'll put the mushroom. Actually, this doesn't matter anymore. This column already has 2 mushrooms. This would only have 1, so it doesn't matter at all. Let's put it here. All right. That was the game. I am actually shooting for at least 110 points or more. Let's quickly sum up if I managed to get those points or not. Starting by the mushrooms. So I have lots of mushrooms on the board, but I didn't manage to get more than two or more in one column, in many columns, actually only in 2. In this and in this column, which is unfortunate. So only 16 points for the mushrooms. Then the chest tiles, I have a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that are placed on the chessboard tiles. 8 times 5 is 40 points. That worked very well. Now the trees. Too bad that this tree did not get a partner up over here. Nothing I can do about it. Let's see how many points the other trees got me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right, at least 18 points for the trees. And now, last but not least, let's look at our rose fields. So this big one, 5 roses, is worth 25 points. 1 rose is 1 point, and 3, 9. So for the roses, I get 35 points. So 16 mushrooms, 40 chess pieces, 18 for the trees, and 35 for the roses. Make 109 points all in all. Minus 5 points for this blank space I have over here. Makes 104 points for this game. I nearly made it up to what I aimed for, the 110. I got 104, which isn't too bad, but I've actually already had more than 120 points already. So I will now try to shoot for that again, playing really carefully. If you want to tag along, you're more than welcome. If not, I hope you like this playthrough. This was Alice's Garden, a quick, nice, thinky tile placement game, which I enjoy quite a lot. So go and check it out for free on Tabletopia. And I'll now do a quick cleanup and start the game again, aiming for 120 points. Alright, with this I have set up my second playthrough of Alice's Garden. As announced, I'm planning to get at least 120 points in this playthrough. Let's see if I will be able to achieve that. And I'll start with this form. Getting these 2 tiles, let's take a closer look at them. So we have trees and chess pieces. So let us start over here. That is not too bad. I already have 2 chess pieces on the chessboard tiles, meaning 10 points. And this tile goes away. And we'll continue with this L shape. Let's see. I have 2 mushrooms here. So if I place it in that way in a column, that would be 8 points. But I also would love to have this chess piece on the chessboard tile. How about this? And I actually like this tile more than this, because however I place it, I would fill up chessboard tiles with the mushroom and the gardener, or a chess piece would not be on the chessboard tile. So this is suboptimal, so I'll take this tile, putting this away. And then let's go with this. Ooh, I like those. These are actually pretty great, because now I can either go with this, again having 2 mushrooms in 1 column, but I think this is even better. I can place it over here or over here. I think I'll put it here. This is great. So this column is already also worth 8 points, and I started my first rose area consisting of already 2 roses. So hopefully I'll be able to expand it up to 5 to get the maximum of 25 points. Let's see, let's continue with this T shape, and here come some roses and again some mushrooms. Let's see. I like both tiles a lot. I could place this over here like this, for example, which would be suboptimal because then I have 3 mushrooms in one column, which I don't really need. Turning it would make the roses not connect, or I would need to start somewhere else. How about this tile here? I could place it like this. The chess piece on the chessboard tile. Then I'll have 2 mushrooms in this column, which is my 3rd column with mushrooms, and the gardener over here. Yes, this doesn't look so bad, so I'll stay with this choice. And the last tiles for this round are the long ones, and here I have either mushrooms, a gardener, and a rose, or 2 chess tiles, a gardener, and a mushroom. Both are not too bad, actually. With this, I would have another column with 2 mushrooms. I could place it here or here. But I think I like this one more. I could turn it like this and place it here. Which I'll do. I'll keep it that way. And with this, my first round is over. Let's check our board. What are my goals? I definitely want to expand this rose area. I want to put some trees over on this side. And if I can, I would like to connect some gardeners to get some of the special 1-tile bonus tiles, just in case that I'll leave any holes. So let's see if I'll be able to manage to do that or not. But for now, let's go back and take again this shape over here. Let's look at the tiles. All right, we have a chess piece, gardener, mushroom, and rose, and 2 mushrooms, a gardener, and a rose. I don't like these too much, but I think this one wouldn't be too bad actually. I could place it in this corner, connecting the 2 gardeners, and with this I would have 2 mushrooms in this column, which is worth 8 points again. I've connected the gardeners, which gives me one of these precious extra tiles, which is a chess piece. That's good. Let's continue with this big straight line, or otherwise I'm worried I won't be able to place it, because actually I only have 2 places left to put it in this game, here and here. So let's take a look at them. I have 2 trees, a rose, and a gardener, and I have 2 roses and 2 mushrooms. Actually, both tiles are pretty great for me. This one would be great because if I place it like this, I would get lots of points for the trees. And if I use this tile, I could expand my rose field as well as put another mushroom in that column, giving me 8 points. So I think I'll go with this. This is actually worth more. If I do the math real quick, this is worth more points to me, because this makes the rose field from 1 to 9 points, which is 8, and the mushroom again 8, so 16 points, while if I place this, I would get 1 point for this rose, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for these 2 tree lines, which is 13 points. So 13 points if I place this tile, 16 points if I place this tile, so I guess the choice is rather easy. Let's put this one away. and go on with the next tile, which is going to be the T shape. Okay, what do I have here? Are these helpful or not? And if yes, where do I even put them? I have some chess pieces on it. But I'm actually now looking at something different. If I turn it around like this and place it here, I could expand my rose field up to 4, which is 16 points. And I would get 5 points for the tree, which would be nice. And this one actually is not that helpful, so I'll go with this. All right, so this goes away. And now let's take a look at the L-shaped tile over here. And I think I like what I see there. I actually could put this here, which means I'm putting a chess piece on the chessboard. I'm getting another gardener there, connected to a gardener, and 1 rose. Well, these tree tiles aren't really helpful. I don't have any trees here, so placing some over here won't give me that many points. So let's go with this tile. I think that's the best choice I have at this moment. So this tile goes away and I'll get an additional, which again is a chess piece. So there are different kinds of 1 tile bonus tiles there, all except for the gardener. It was just pure luck, if you will, that I drew 2 chess pieces. And now comes this tile. Let's see, where should we put it? And I think I already see the perfect placement here, which would be like this, actually. Continuing my rose field up to 4. I mean, this does not help me at all, and this doesn't either, but later I can place these 2 here, so I think that's the best option I have at this point. This vanishes, and round 2 is over. Now for round 3, I will only be able to place 1 more tile. And now I can choose which tile that is going to be, which form it's going to have. And I think I'm going with this. It fits nicely in here and will leave 1 hole. And it will probably touch, not probably, it will touch all these others. So maybe I can connect some gardeners and get some extra tiles. This one wouldn't be too bad either. This one would be bad because it would leave 2 holes, as would this tile, leaving 2 holes. This one would leave 1 hole, but it does not touch all the others around it, so it'll go with this one. Alright, let's see. This actually isn't so bad. Let's turn this one around, and I think this one actually is perfect. So I can place this here, expanding my rose field up to 5, even having this tree score over here. This mushroom isn't worth anything, but that's okay. And I'll connect the gardener, which gives me another special tile, which is a tree which won't be worth anything, unfortunately, because I have no trees here, even if I place it here. Too bad, but what can you do? That's it. I'll place my special bonus tiles as my last actions. Of course, I'm putting the chess pieces on the chessboard and just placing the tree over here, leaving me with this 1 little hole over there. And now I'm going to add up the points I acquired, and hopefully, I'll cross my fingers, I'll be able to get the 120 points I was set to get. We'll start with the mushrooms. So 2 mushrooms in one column. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of such columns. 5 times 8 is 40 points. So I'm off to a good start actually. Then the chess pieces on the chessboard is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is 45 points. Then the trees, here I won't get so many points. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points. And now the roses. For this 5 roses, I get 25. 1 rose, 1.26. And 4 roses, 16. 26 plus 16 is 42. So 40 plus 45 plus 9 plus 42 is 136 points. Minus the 5 points for this one blank space over here means I achieved 131 points. This is by far the best score I've ever had in this game. So you see that actually you can get quite a lot of points in the game. Above 100 is not that difficult to achieve, but everything above 120 I feel you really have to have a little bit of luck and place your tiles well so that you don't have any blank spaces left. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it myself quite a lot. I'll play this game a few more times, I think. And if you want to try it out, you can play it on Tabletopia, which can be played in your browser or via Steam. If you liked the video, I hope you will be back for the next one and consider subscribing. Until then, please stay well, take care, and bye-bye.